Now today's seminar is on goal setting. It's the first of 3 seminars. After the second, thanks, of 3 seminars where when you have completed all 3 and you've done all your portfolio work and so on, you will receive a certificate from PTI, or is it KPI now? KTI, the King's Trust International, which is an organization headed by King Charles. And the certificate that you receive is one that can be used if you're furthering education, seeking employment, whatever. It will show that you have certain skills outside of your academics. Before we get started, I will say one more time, those of you whose chairs are back in the presentation, I need you to either position your chair that you can see what is happening, or you're going to be relocated. And relocated simply means removed, put elsewhere. So move or be moved. Those are the only 2 options.
I heard termites like
Let's get started. We have a whole lot of ground to cover between now and the time we finish this afternoon. I think your lunch is at 12. So let's see how far we can get by 12 o'clock. Now, goal setting. Everyone has dreams and goals. I'm sure all of us in here, we have dreams. We have goals. There are things that we want to achieve in life. There are things we want to accomplish in life. Each of the persons that you are seeing sitting here, including myself, we started by having a dream. We started by having goals. There are things that we wanted to achieve in life. And I'm quite sure that there are still things that we want to achieve in life. There are still things that we want to get because we are not yet satisfied to where we are at. So some of us will have a master's degree, and some of us now want to go and have a PhD to be known as doctor. Some of us are renting a home, leasing a home, but want to move on to be a homeowner. Some of us are still taking public transportation, but want to be able someday to own your own transportation. So all of these are goals. You yourself should have goals, should have dreams. When I finish Frederick Smith, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? When I leave Grantley to where? The world of work, polytechnic, community college, university, skills training, what? So there must be something in our lives that we must want to achieve. Now, learning how to manage the time and to set realistic goals is important. How realistic is the goal that you want to achieve? Is it something that can be done here locally? Do I have the skill base for what I want to do? Can I achieve what I want to achieve? I'm good at playing cricket. I have never played football in my life. I tried kicking a football and couldn't get it done. So can I really go up there into the big leagues? I want to play in a football team making millions and millions of dollars. Why not, or why shouldn't I try to get a big pay in cricket somewhere? Because that is my skill. That is my passion. So I'm going to look at my goals in a realistic way, which means I'm going to increase my chances of success in every single area. What are we doing today? We want to look at goals. What are goals? We want to define goal setting. We are going to look at long and short-term goals, and we're going to explore the importance of planning, of an action plan. So several other things in between there as well, but that is basically the gist of what we want to achieve today. So, what is a goal? I'm quite sure, I want to hope, I shouldn't say I'm quite sure. I would want to hope that you have covered some of this, at least what is a goal in your sessions. For it, I know it's a very rocky term, but what is a goal? Anybody? Who wants to go first? It's not a choir, so you don't have to put your hands at the same time. Those of you who have done a seminar with me before, You know one of the words that I made it that I use. I'm going to teach you that word now. The others who don't know. You will either volunteer or you will be voluntold. Voluntold means when they pick on you and say, well, you answer that question. So you volunteer or you be voluntold. So, once again, what is a goal? Go again. A goal is something you want to achieve. Okay, anybody wants that? Good start. Anybody want to add to that? A goal is something you want to achieve. The lion's off and running. Princess Margaret, Frederick Smith, what is a goal? One person said something you want to achieve. Any other takers? Okay, here comes voluntold. What is the goal?
A goal is something that you set to achieve in the future.
Something that you set to achieve in the future. What is the goal?
A dream that you set for yourself.
A dream that you set for yourself. You see, you want to got the answers and playing pow-pow. What is the goal? A goal is something you want to achieve later in life. And you're all right, it is an idea of the future or a desired result that a person or a group of people envision, means see, plans and commits to achieving. So it's something that you want to achieve later in life. It is something you plan to achieve later in life. It is an aim or objective that you work towards with effort and determination. With what? Effort and determination. What is effort? Yes. You know I come into you. I too love to pick by you. What is effort? It's when you put in hard work. What is determination? Any idea? If you don't know, say you don't know. That's quite fine. Yeah. Yeah, you. What is determination? If some person say you are determined, what does that mean? Come, think. You guys know. I know the person that know, but I ain't going to she yet. And if she don't know this, I will be most surprised. Princess Margaret, what is determination? You don't know? Grant Lee, what is determination? Have you guys ever heard the word determination?
When you're willing to put effort into the thing that you want to do.
When you're willing to put effort into the thing that you want to do. What is determination?
Determination is when you're pushing yourself to achieve something or your goal that you are currently doing.
You see why I said I don't want to go to you, because I know that you had the answer. I want you guys to learn these words. Don't just wear a school uniform because that's what they say you got to wear Monday to Friday. I need you guys, you are supreme beings, and I need you guys to be on top of every single thing that you do. All right, let's get a little help from...
Hey guys, today we're going to discuss setting goals and achieving them. A goal can be defined as the end toward which effort is directed. What that means is that goals are things that we decide we want to do and set out to accomplish. How do you achieve your goals? Choose a goal by deciding what you want to achieve and be specific. For example, I want to run a 5K, or I want to make all A's in school. Next, make sure you determine a purpose for choosing a certain goal and commit to your goal. Why do you want to accomplish this goal? What can you do to ensure you reach the goal? Another important step is breaking the goal into smaller steps and setting due dates. Keep in mind there is a difference between long-term goals and short-term goals. A long-term goal is a big goal that can take a while to accomplish, while a short-term goal is a smaller goal that can be achieved faster. A long-term goal might be to become a better friend. You can do this by complimenting your friend or doing something nice for them. It's typically all the little things that make someone a really great friend. Breaking your goal into smaller steps helps you feel accomplished as you work towards the larger long-term goal. Try making a list and crossing your short-term goals off as you accomplish them. Finally, be able to name your obstacles and plan for things that could stand in your way. Bad weather could stand in the way of your training for a marathon. Have a backup plan for when you are not able to run outside. Also, try positive self-talk when things become difficult or you are feeling not as motivated as you typically are. You can say things like, I am strong, I can do this. There are so many benefits of goal setting. Let's look at some of them. Goal setting gives you motivation to accomplish things. Try rewarding yourself as you meet your personal goals. Working towards your goals can be fun, and earning a reward adds to the fun. Setting and accomplishing goals also increases your self-confidence. It makes you feel accomplished and good about yourself because you set a goal and you actually reached it. What are some goals that you have set for yourself in the past? How did you feel when you achieved your goal? What are some short-term goals that you can set for yourself? What are some long-term goals? Why do you think it's important to set goals for yourself? Name some benefits of setting goals. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Lessons for SEL, and be sure to follow us on social media.
Let me hear this voice. Name one goal that you have set in the past. One goal.
To get in full form.
Pardon me?
To get in full form.
That was a goal to get in full form, and you accomplished that goal. What did you do? You studied hard. Okay, good. I can see her pointing like, please, please, please don't call for me. You should have never said so openly. I read your lips. One goal that you set for yourself in the past that you achieved. Mm-hmm.
I can't think of one now right now.
You can't think about any right now? All right. Well, you continue to think, all right, because they're coming back to you. One goal that you set for yourself in the past that you achieved.
To gain full form.
To get in full form? And how did you achieve that goal?
By working hard.
By working hard? You only got two over here. Don't turn your head. I come back to you just yet. I come to you with the hard ones. One goal that you achieved in the past, and how did you achieve it? Yeah, you. If I touch you, just touch you, say, I don't like you that much to be touching like that. Pardon me? Running? You ran what? Long, short? Both? And you're good at both? Great. Now, I want you, I will suspect that they have space to write and so on in their books. When you get the papers, I want you to write two things you are good at and one thing that you want to improve. So two things that you are good at and one thing that you want to improve. And I am going to be generous and give you 2 minutes to do that. All right, if you're finished, just indicate by putting your hand up. If you finished the assignment. Okay, so we have more completed than the ones who are still thinking. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to ask you to share that information with us yet. I'm not going to ask you to share that with us yet. And I think if my memory serves right, this is a part of the portfolio that you guys have to send it to the UK. I'm not going to ask you to share with the group just yet, but be alert because there might come a time when Sir can just bounce back on you. Now, types of goals. There are two types of goals. Anybody know what they are? At least give me one. Short-term and long-term goals. Fantastic. You've been listening. So, short-term and long-term goals. What is a short-term goal? I mean, it speaks for itself. What is a short-term goal? Something that you can achieve in a short period of time. And I think the young lady from St. George was also saying that. Something you can achieve in a short period of time. So a short-term goal is something you want to do in the near future. The near future can mean today, this week, this month, or even this year. For example, you have promotional exams coming up. So with promotional exams coming up, what can be one of your short-term goals as it pertains to exams? Yes, ma'am. Pardon me? You don't know? If you are doing your promotional exams shortly, what can be one of your short-term goals? I'm sure you know. Start studying. Study more. What can be another short-term goal? Two persons mentioned something like it earlier. What can be another short-term goal? To get in fifth form. To be promoted. I'm sure now when I hear one, stop down. There you go. So a short-term goal now. Start studying for some people who have not yet started. Study more for those of you who have started studying to be promoted. All right? And it is something you want to accomplish soon. So one of the goals that I want to accomplish soon is that I want table 3 to be respectful. That's a short-term goal. The short-term goal for table 3 should be that I will be respectful. Short-term goal. And how can you achieve that short-term goal, table 3? By not talking when other people are talking. Yeah, so,
what are short-term goals? Short-term goals are objectives that can be achieved within a relatively short period of time, typically within a year or less. Examples of short-term goals include saving a certain amount of money for a specific purchase or completing a project or task at work or school.
Short-term goal, short and sweet. To the point. Saving money for something. So there's graduation coming up for those of you who are at that age. So a short-term goal now could be saving enough money so when you step out, you want to step out clean. That outdated, you know. You want to step out cold. Yeah, I know you didn't know that. I know that one. You want to step out cold. You want to step out looking better than anybody else. So you save your money toward that's a short-term goal. Now, you are about to get a bit uncomfortable because you're not going to be put in groups. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, remember your numbers, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All the ones stand. 1. If you are 1, stand. All the ones, so the rest of you just move away. All the ones come to this table. Yeah, cheese and I hear no arm breads. All right, sit once. All the 2s stand. If you're a 2, stand. So we are going to relocate these 5s. So a 5s, please, y'all could occupy the table or something there. All 2s come here. I didn't mean waistlines. And all the 3s then back there. Oh, we ain't got no more chairs. There you want to. Look at chair below there. Look at chair here. Yeah, they're good enough. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So now that you're in your groups, you are going to. Are you settled there? You're going to select a leader. Your leader is the person that will report back to the entire group when we come together. And if you have a problem knowing that, I will select the leaders for you, but I don't want to do that. Now, in your groups, each member will give one example of a short-term goal. So the leader has to be the person taking notes. Each member will give one short-term goal. It's a very easy exercise. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do that, and then the leader will let the group know what the group members came up with. So it means for this group, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have 6 short-term goals from this group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. All right? So start by selecting your group leaders, and then you can get the assignment started. You have, it is now 9:44. I'm going to be generous and give you until 9:50. So you have 6 minutes to get the assignment started. You can begin. That's time. One of my short-term goals is to give some gift, at lunchtime, at the beginning of lunchtime, to the person who participates most during the morning half of the afternoon. That's one of my short-term goals. A second short-term goal will be to give another one at the end of the day for the person who participates well in the afternoon session. Now, if I feel really, really good, I will add a third to that and award the person who participates most across the entire day. I do it? That you always do good? It is true. It is true. You hear that? There. So, group leader for this group. Interesting. Good. What are the short-term goals that your group came up with? You can either sit and project your voice, or if you can't, then you'll stand. All right, that's not projection. There you go.
The first one is going to a restaurant. Second, saving for your birthday, passing the exam, improving on schoolwork, and 2 to go to a buffet.
Great. So, thank you, sir. So your table came up with their short-term goals. The young man sitting there, tell me one of the short-term goals that this group came up with. Pardon me? Improving grades? You're very good at getting yourself out of hot water, aren't you? But saying that you're talking or you're the group leader, what did your group come up with? Give us your short-term goals. Learning a new language. Making it to 5th form. You know the rest? That's where you have paper and pen, Captain. You write things down. You do not depend on memory. So find out the others from your group members, because I'm coming back to you immediately after this group. And who is the leader here? Good leader. Yes?
Sleep less in class, doing your work on time, stop talking and cursing in class. Pardon me? Oh. Sleep less in class, doing your work on time, stop talking and cursing in class, stop with her attitude, and play football.
And play football. Which one is your attitude or cursing in class?
Yeah, attitude 2 or 1 in this yes.
That's yours? Wow. I'm impressed. So who is the cursing and the sleeping in class? This looks like the sleeper.
Cursing, no, she do
You know? This the you hello, you curse in class? Tell Teresa from what I want the squeezy that she got to do some washing. We can wash out some mouths. Good short-term goals. But playing football, is that a short-term goal or a long-term goal? Or can it be both?
Could be both.
How can it be both? You can tell me something like that there. Yeah, you was an old Bedford bus, you open the bus door,
I always see this cause I don't know, man.
You're a thinker, come, you need to start thinking, use the thinking cap. You are a thinker, you can get this done. Back to you, Captain. What are the others? You remember it too? Did you find out the others? Mm-hmm. All right, Captain, I can come back to you with a different thing. That one was easy, and you went through that one, so I can give you a harder one the next time around. So if we know that short-term goals are goals that we want to accomplish now, a long-term goal, therefore, is something that we want to accomplish in the future. All right? For you guys, it could be a career. It requires time and planning. It is not something you can do this week or even this year, because you have to use this time to prepare for it, to plan for it. Remember, it is a goal that takes time. And long-term goals are usually at least several years away, and sometimes it may take steps to complete. So let's say you want to become a doctor. It takes steps, because from school, BCC, university, whether here or overseas, medical school, whether here or overseas, internship. So it takes time to get to that position of a doctor. Hey, what are you not here?
What are long-term goals? Long-term goals are objectives that are intended to be achieved over a longer period of time, typically several years or more. They can require more time, effort, and planning to achieve, but they can also be more fulfilling and meaningful. Examples include running a marathon and saving up to buy a house.
I want from each table, I'm not going to put you back in your groups, from each table I need one long-term goal. You can either volunteer or I can choose you. Yes? Pardon me? Running for Barbados, fantastic long-term goal. Learning a new language. Pardon me? Becoming a doctor.
Owning my own business.
Owning your own business. Becoming a nurse. So you guys can go into business. One complex, you got the doctor, you got the nurse, and you got the vet. A one-stop shop. A vet too? 2 vets? Oh, 3. I know I'm going to buy animals, boy, because they freaky here. Great. So we know now what our short-term and our long-term goals are. How can we effectively achieve our goals? What are the steps? What do we need to do to achieve our goals? Have you ever seen this before, SMART? Have you ever heard of SMART? Did you do it in your group sessions at school? No, you didn't. Okay, some people are saying yes, and some people are saying no. Don't worry, we'll go through it now. So when you want to plan for your goals, you can use what we call SMART. SMART simply means for the S, that your goal must be specific. All right? You must know exactly what you want to achieve. It must be measurable. It must be attainable, relevant, and time-based. All right? Time-based means there's a time period that you give. Let's go through them all. Whenever you create goals, you follow the rules of SMART, which I just mentioned them. Let's look at specific. Specific goals explain what is necessary to complete a goal and guide you as you try to reach that goal. Example, the general goal, make more money. But that is broad. When you say make more money, what does that mean? That is a broad goal. You have to be more specific, and to be more specific, it says earn a promotion with a pay increase. So that is your immediate, that is specific. Once I gain a promotion to make more money, then I move toward, or to get an increase in pay, then I move towards making more money. It must be something, for example, you can say my goal is to lose weight. Okay, but is that specific enough? My goal is to lose 10 pounds, which makes it a very specific goal now. There is a target that I'm looking at. My goal is to lose 10 pounds. But it must also be measurable. So without measurable goals, it isn't easy to realize when the goal has been met. So the general goal, work on a book. Which is, but can you measure work on a book? The measurable goal is to write 10 pages a day of a book. So you can measure that at the end of each day. You can say, well, I have reached my target. I have written 10 pages today. So my goal is to pass Spanish. That's being very specific, to pass Spanish. Measurable, how much Spanish am I going to study per day? Am I going to study from 9 until 12 each day? That is the time that I'm going to put towards studying Spanish. Is it attainable? You must create challenging goals, but there must be goals that you can reach, goals within your reach. So that if you don't like blood, and if seeing blood makes you faint, then should you really have your goal set to be a doctor? Is it attainable? Is it reachable? The unattainable goal, earn $1 million in the next 3 months. I don't think I'm going to tease in here. I'm not clever enough to get that kind of money in 3 months. The attainable goal is to earn a $2 an hour raise with my next review. So you raise your pay to work towards that $1 million. So it's attainable. It is something that is reachable. It is something that you can do. It must be realistic. Realistic goals are directly related to your abilities. It must be realistic. Can I really achieve this goal? How realistic is it for me to achieve this goal? Example, unrealistic goal, run a marathon without training. Realistic goal, complete a marathon after training for a year, after putting in the work. So my goal is to represent Barbados at Carifta next year, 2025. Is it realistic? Yes. I can accomplish that. I can do that. You better go home. But can I do that without putting in the necessary training? Can I reach my goal of representing Barbados at Carifta 2025 and home my bed lying down every evening, every weekend, watching TV, eating cornflakes and condensed milk, eating ice cream, eating pizza? Can I really achieve my goal doing that? Is it realistic for me to do that? I think I missed a one, you know. Yeah, we did miss a one. And time bound. What time period am I going to put to reaching my goal? So I want to represent Barbados at the 2025 Carifta Games, which means that I have to go and look and calculate the amount of time that I have, to prepare for that. I have 6 months to become the fastest man in Barbados, to become the fastest man in the Caribbean. How am I going to use that 6 months? So, SMART. Remember SMART. Specific, to know exactly what it is you want to do, to be measurable. Can I measure this at the end of the time period? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? And what is the time factor? What is the time factor? I want to become a lawyer. What is the time factor? What do I need to do to become a lawyer? What is the time period in there? Do I have the qualities? Do I have the personality? Am I outspoken enough? Am I assertive enough to become a lawyer? And you need to remember SMART, because I think SMART is a part of what you have to do to get that certificate. So be smart about it.
If you want to succeed, you need to set goals. Without them, you lack focus and direction. They also provide you with a benchmark to determine whether or not you are actually succeeding at them. We all struggle sometimes to achieve our plans, and it's not that we lack the effort, but our goals are not structured efficiently. To accomplish your objective, you need to know how to set it up properly. You can't simply say, "I wish I could make more money," and expect it to happen. A goal without a plan is just a wish. It is also important to recognize that not all objectives are created equal. So today I'll explain the SMART method of goal setting and how it will amplify your chances of actually succeeding. Let's get started. S stands for specific. We all have plenty of dreams and goals, but most of them are all generalized and vague, so we don't really know how to achieve them. Your goal must be clear and well defined. You can only get to where you want by defining precisely how you will get there. For example, let's take a look at this generalized wish. I want to be healthier, or I want to have a better body. What does all of this even mean? It's super vague and not specific enough. A better example would be, I'll replace drinking soda with water. I'll also be going to the gym 3 times a week for 45 minutes. You could be even more specific. 3 times per week could mean every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every time at 3 p.m. Make it as specific as possible so you know what exactly you're going to be focusing on. M stands for measurable. Tracking the progress of your goal is an important part of keeping you motivated. It allows you to set milestones that you can celebrate when you achieve them and reevaluate when you don't. If your goal is simply defined as lose weight, How will you know when you have been successful? You need to define exactly how much weight you want to lose. A much better goal would be, I want to lose 10 pounds. This way you have something to aim for and you can even set smaller milestones along the way. Basically, you break that big objective into other smaller objectives. So if you think that 10 pounds is too much, you should break it down into manageable pieces. First aim for 3 pounds, then another 3, all the way up to 10. It's the progress that keeps us motivated, so if you don't have a way to measure it, you will fail with your ambition. A stands for attainable. Make sure that it's possible to achieve the dreams you set for yourself. Far too many people fall into the trap of setting impossible goals. While they may push you forward for a while, you will almost certainly end up giving up on them. Instead of being impossible, your goals should be challenging yet achievable. There's nothing wrong with shooting for the stars, as you might end up at the moon. However, unless you want to burn out, it's much more efficient to take small steps. For example, making $1 million by the end of the month is impossible if you can't even pay your bills. A much more attainable goal would be making extra $100 by the end of the month. Once you have achieved that, you can go a step further and try making extra $200. You don't want to set yourself up for failure by trying to go far beyond the bounds of possibility. It will only make you miserable. R stands for relevant. Your plans should be relevant to the direction you want your life and career to take. A common issue we face is having too many goals at the same time, or pursuing the wrong goals. Unless your plan is relevant to your overall life plan, achieving it may not accomplish anything. So if you look at my example, I wanted to learn French because I loved the way it sounded. However, I realized that learning the language would be completely useless for me. I barely know anyone that speaks French and I don't really need to use it anywhere. So I stopped learning it as it was taking too much of my time while I was getting nothing out of it. Becoming fluent in French would be nice, but it is currently not relevant to my overall life plan. So ask yourself why you want to achieve your goal before you commit to it. T stands for time-bound. This is one of the most important factors. Your plans must have a deadline. If you don't set a time limit, you have basically unlimited time to achieve your goals. When you are working on a deadline, your sense of urgency increases and you're more likely to achieve your goal. Think of your time in school. You had a whole month to write an essay, and yet it was done in the last 2 days. It's because the deadline was right around the corner, so you had no choice but to do it. So whenever you set a goal, keep a time limit in mind as it will push you to actually work on it. Now you know how to set SMART goals. But there's one last thing. Most people think that goal setting is a one-time event. Like you set your goals once and you're done. However, it's actually an ongoing process. It never ends. Your plans will need evaluation and revision, so it's important to stay flexible. Thanks for watching. Do you have any dreams or goals that you're currently working on? I, for example, have a goal to run a marathon in the next 6 months. So let me know what you're working towards in the comments below. Together we'll become better than yesterday.
One of the mistakes that a lot of school children make, and it is not your fault that you made the mistakes, because I think it is the fault of your teachers, the fault sometimes of parents. Let me put it this way, it's the fault of adults. When you reach third form, I think that's where you have to select your options, correct? Third form? When you reach third form, you should go through a process. I'm not sure if any of the schools will take you through a process to know what it is that you want to do, so that then you will select your subjects that are in line with what you want to do. If you want to become a farmer, It don't necessarily make sense in you selecting all foreign languages. They have to be smart. So I want to be a doctor. So I'm going to select biology, chemistry, if they do chemistry at my school, integrated science, all of those things that will get me closer towards becoming a doctor. If I want to become a tradesman, I look at industrial arts, whether it be woodwork, metalwork, anything along those lines that will help me to get me closer to what I want to do. So in the future, make your goals smart. Look at what you want to do with your life, look at what you want to achieve, and align everything in the way that will help you to achieve these goals. Now, improve academic performance. Let's look at it. Now remember, we just spoke of smart. So, I want you to tell me which you think is specific, which you think is measurable, which you think is attainable, which you think is realistic or relevant, and what you think is time-bound. Go see your see if you see Cody out there for me. Cody. So, the topic is I will get a 4.0 GPA grade point average this term. The goal is to get a 4.0 GPA this year. What is the first one? Is that measurable? Is that specific? Is that attainable? Is that relevant or time-bound? Which do you think the first one is? The goal is to get a 4.0 GPA this year. Which one is it? Time-bound? No, but you were thinking, you said? Time-bound? No. No? Pardon me? Realistic? No, but you're thinking. And by the process of elimination, that leaves you with just a few others. I didn't hear you. Measurable? No, it's not measurable. Specific. Exactly, because you are not saying I want to increase my GPA by the end of the year. You're being very specific. I want to get a 4.0. So you're being very specific. At the end of the football tournament, I want to score 10 goals. So you're not saying by the end of the football tournament, I want to score goals. Because that is open. I want to score 10 goals. That makes it specific. All right, and because it does, then it makes it the other one. You can track your GPA progress on a report card or online portal throughout the year to monitor your SMART goal. Which one is that? We just had it specific. Now, which do you think the second one is? You can track your GPA progress by an online portal or monitor. Monitor is good. That's a good word. But you want another word for monitor now? No. CMM. The CMM. Measurable. All right. So now this is measurable, and you are measuring it by going on the online portal or your report card to see how close I am getting. So at midterm, and I get my midterm report, my GPA is now at 3.0. So you have something to measure. So you know now that at the end of it all, for the other half of the term, you have now to look for what? How much you have to look at? Midterm, you have 1.0. And you have 3.0, sorry. And at the end of the year, at the end of the term, you want 4.0. What do you have to work towards now? Simple math, guys. 1.0. So that it makes it now measurable for you. The next, you might have achieved a 3.6 last term, so a 4.0 is definitely achievable if you work hard through the end of the school year. What does that make it now? Relevant, yes. There are two words that you learned. One was relevant and the next was the same R word. Relevant or realistic. Oh, you are thinking. So because you scored a 3.6, it means that 4.0 is not out of your reach. It is not far. It is a realistic goal. I want to stop peeing my bed every night at 17 years old. But if I pass water when I drink a lot of water, and I drink 2 gallons of water before I go to sleep, then is stopping peeing my bed realistic? Because when I put in, as much as I put in, it has to come out. Right? So is that a realistic goal for me? Improving your GPA is relevant for your future success and long-term goals if you wish to attend college. Where's the last one? No, we dealt with attainable already. Time bound. What's your name? Vanuri. Remember that name for me. Vanuri. Okay, good. Time bound. Time bound. Improving my GPA is relevant for my future success and my long-term goals if I wish to attend college. Time bound. So I'm putting a time on it. If I'm supposed to get in BCC, this is what I got to do between going in for form and getting into BCC. If I want to go into skills training, this is what I have to do from now to work towards getting into skills training. The same thing with Polytechnic. So you have looked at this goal for the year, so you have specific time frame to improve your GPA. And in that little example, we have just dealt with setting SMART goals. We looked at what was specific. What is the M? Measurable. The A? Attainable. The R? Realistic. And the T? Time bound. Does that make sense to you guys? How much of you in here make SMART goals? Set SMART goals. You? Okay. Great. Great. I raise and see a hand from a boy. My apologies, sir. My apologies. This one here? Yeah, you got to be confident. I ain't coming in front of you to save your hand up. Maybe you have your hands over for the whole morning of that part out. Or we just being comfortable. But we have to be able to set SMART goals. If we find ourselves in a position where we are not setting SMART goals, we are going to find ourselves falling short. So back to your group work. In your groups, you have to make a bucket list of things that your group members can achieve together by the end of the school year. What are some of the things that me and my group members can achieve by the end of the school year? And you're doing it as a group effort. And I am going to give you 10 minutes. And you have all the help that you need coming around. In your groups, make a bucket list of things your group members can achieve together by the end of the school year. Yeah. All right, guys, so this is what is happening, what we're going to be doing now. With the idea that you just worked on, I was told this group for their bucket list came up with somewhat of a business plan. Am I correct in saying that? Any other group did that? No? Good. So this is what you're going to do. For the groups who have not yet come up with a business plan, using the SMART goals, you're going to come up with a business idea. And then you're going to explain how each aspect of SMART fits into the business idea. So let me try and break that down for you so you can understand. You're going to come up with a business idea. When you come up with your business idea, you're going to say what is specific about the business idea. Is it measurable? And if it is, how am I going to measure the success of my business idea? Is it achievable or attainable? Is it something that I can achieve? Is it relevant or is it realistic? And then what is the timeline I'm going to put in place for it? Understood? So this group is a kind of ahead. All you guys need to do now is to look at the SMART goals and identify all of them. SMART, measurable, attainable, realistic, and your timelines. While the other two groups, you have to start from scratch by coming up with your idea. And you're going to get help from the facilitators around the room. Come up with your idea and then say what is smart about it in terms of the 5. All right? And you're going to be given 20 minutes to complete that exercise. All right, so which group is going first? This group asked for 2 minutes, so I'm going to let this group go first. You asked for 2 minutes and I gave you 5, or maybe 6. No, you don't need to go in our room. Put it there. Leave it right there. Y'all, and how many more people for this thing to go? 1, 2, 3, 4? They write as fast as my friend they're writing? You all seem to have a very good plan, so I hope that with all this time that I'm giving you, that you execute well. You guys seem to have a very good plan over here. Tanya, is your group ready to roll?
Closer.
All right, Nancy, are ready?
No, we got a lot.
All right, so you guys could go first then.
It's not on me, it's if they want to see.
Yeah, my friend here got confidence. We can let her go first. She's going to set the pace. So in 30 seconds, we're going to have our first presentation. Do you have your S? Do you have your M? Do you have your A, your R, and do you have your T? Are you smart? Thank you very much, guys. And over to the first group. Share with us your business idea, and then let's go through SMART. Who is the leader? Good leader. Let's go. Listen up, guys, and pay attention. Can you guys hear her? No? Come. Yes, there you go. Pay attention, guys. Let's go. You have to wait for me. Hold on. Are you guys listening? Be quiet, please. I need you guys to listen because this is a restaurant and you guys will probably eat in. So listen. Yes, go ahead.
We opened a restaurant that called It's a Lot. It will open January 2025. We will serve breakfast and lunch and also dessert. Action plan, raise funds, car wash, nail hair, and doing plans. Our create menu is vegetarian food, veggies, lunch, and dessert. To push our business, we will do social media ads and a place, we will find a place and location.
Okay, that's it. All right, don't go anywhere yet. Thank you. Stay there. Your group is going to assist you. With your business plan, with your business idea, what is smart about it? Let's start with the S. Tell me the specifics of it. No, any of your group members can help. And what are you selling?
Lunch and breakfast.
Lunch and breakfast. Okay, so lunch and breakfast. So you're selling anything on your menu. You have a broad menu. So what is specific about your plan? Oh, so you're selling Bajan delicacies. Okay, great. So that is what? That's the S. How is your plan measurable? How are you going to measure the success? Or you can come down and join your group. Repeat that? Where is it? January 2025 is the start of your business. But is that telling you about me being measurable? Remember, we speak about being measurable, and we are speaking about the success. Without measurable goals, it isn't easy to realize when the goal will be achieved. So the general goal, work on the book. The specific goal or the measurable goal, write 10 pages of your book a day. So you're saying then that your measurable goal is to open your business by January 2025. Good. Great. Now, attainable. Is this attainable? How do you know that this goal is attainable? Do you have enough time between now and January 25 to do all your paperwork, to put all your plans in place, town and country planning, business name? Do you have enough time between now and then to attain your goal? All right. Is it realistic? Is it relevant? Why Bajan food? Is there a market for your Bajan food? And who are you catering for? Are you catering for locals that I can forget eating my mother cook and come and buy yours? Or are you catering for tourists? Where's the relevance? So you're catering for everybody. And your time span. How was it then? Time night? You get your dessert after. Okay. It could be diabetic dessert too. And the time, is it time based? The New Year's. Okay, great. You guys did well. The 2 minutes group. Yes? Who is leading? So both of you then. Alright. You can help each other. Can your voice be projected or you have to use the mic? Yeah, come, let's go. I like that. Let's go. I like that. Give them a round of applause as they come. Yeah, because she's like, you can only you. Yes, you can start, sir. Is what Sweet Tooth Bakery? Yeah, go ahead.
It will be selling croissants, brownies, cake pops, and cookies. And cupcakes. We got an Instagram page called Sweet Tooth Bakery as well as we can find us. We will be opening July the 17th, 2024. So like if you want food, you know, come. If you want Sweet Tooth, come with Sweet Tooth. Yeah, that's basically it.
All right, good. So Sweet Tooth. Don't go anywhere. Let's start with the S. What is specific about your thing? Did you clearly state your goal? What is your goal? To open a bakery. All right. What about the success? Is it measurable? Can you measure the success? And also, how will you measure the success? And the rest of your group can help you as well, including your facilitator. The woman's going to say help. Why help? How much you selling the stuff for? No, I'm hearing thought. I am no hearing thought. You're going to measure based on how many what? You're going to make the order. So, you're measuring your success. Let's say, for example, how many orders will you need to get to break even? Meaning, you know what I mean when they say break even? Okay, to get back the amount of money that you put in. So let's say
We invested $940 in this
So you invest 600, okay. So then, and you said that you're going to make 940. So, how did you measure that? How do you what are you doing to measure that you're going to be making $940? What did you use? Mm-hmm. 20, so you got to sell 20 everything? Mm-hmm. So you're selling 20 of everything at what cost? How did you come up with the $940, which means that if you invested $600 and you made $940, you made a profit of $340 based on what I'm hearing. So, how did you arrive that you're going to make $940 and you're going to make a profit of $340? How did you measure that? How did you come up with that number? How did you come up with that success rate? The cost and the price is the same thing. Want to try to be clever? Cost, price, same thing. There we go again. So, if you're selling, you say you're selling what, 20? How much are they? 5? Okay, so you're selling 20 at 5, which gives you 100. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing now to know that you are making, it's $940 you said? $940. Or any mathematicians in the house, this is simple. How do we know we are selling 100 items? We are making $940. We've invested $600. How did we arrive at 940? 100 by what? Did you do any kind of multiplying here? How are you selling the thing? What cost per unit? What is your per unit cost? Per unit means how much you are selling one item at what cost? But that's the only way you can tell me that you're making $940 if you go through, if you project, you're doing a projection. So you have to narrow it down. All right. Once you understand where I'm going with that, for it to be measurable, there must be some kind of yardstick. There must be something some gauge that you must have in order to say that you're coming $940. It is like, for example, you're doing the maths test, and you tell the teacher, well, the answer is 20. The teacher wants you to work in. How did you arrive at 20? If you did long division, how did you arrive at 20? If you did short division, how did you arrive at 20? Okay, let's move on. Attainable. Tell me, sorry, looking at you guys. Is it achievable? And does your business have a long life? Lifespan. Is it attainable?
Yes.
Now you want to open this business in 3 months. Is that attainable? Let's move on to the R. Is that realistic?
Yeah.
Can you open such a business in 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the division of your labor? Who doing what? Yes. How many bakers you have?
We got 3 bakers.
3 bakers. What about the equipment? Where the equipment coming from? And a cashier. So you're saying to me, guys, that you are investing in your business $600, and unless you come out of people that can help you, unless you come out of people that can really help, to open this kind of business is $600 realistic. You have to buy the equipment. You have to buy the produce, the raw material. You have to find location, or if you have a location, you have to get your location ready. Then you got staff. You have to find money to pay your staff. So can you do all of that with $600? How realistic is it? So you're not paying yourself. You're going to invest your time free of cost.
And then we're gonna get a
Okay, so we can start at She House, and She House ain't gonna like to pay. She House ain't got the water. You're not gonna use the bathroom after you did so much things that y'all got put out certain things. You're not flushing the toilets. You're not using the telephone to market your product. You say you're going on IG and so on. What with the electricity to power the computer or the phone or what have you? There's still an overhead cost. You guys get where I'm going? Anyway, this is not a business topic. Is it time based? Have you set deadlines? Your deadline is July 17th. All right, thank you guys. Let's go. Who is representing the group in the back? Let's go.
Go best friend. Go dinner.
Let's go. Oh, we're having 3. I like this thing. And I like the integration. Frederick Smith, Grant Lee, Princess Margaret. I love it. Who is the group leader? Let's go, group leader.
Help him.
Okay, guys, let's listen to group 3. As soon as you're ready, group leader. seafood fantasy.
I taken over this because
I know you expect. Yes, there we go.
good morning to one and all. Good morning. The restaurant we are opening is called Seafood Practices. We would like that it is we would like to open a restaurant on the East Coast, next to the sea somewhere on our way. The opening date is April the 30th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, continue. You are doing so well. Yes. Come on, go ahead.
Your main time is 5 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Is seafood restaurant.
Yeah, you know what? Thanks, Shadia. Let me ask you guys. What is the S about your restaurant?
Specific.
Tell us about the specific. What is it? What is it? Uh-huh. Y'all went a bit deeper than the others, you know. I like how y'all go. Y'all went deeper than the others.
April 30th, 2025.
Okay, so you're going to open a seafood restaurant by April 2025. Uh-huh.
And it will be opening to
5 to 11 p.m. That's when you guys are going deeper than the others so that your goal now is being extremely clear. You're not just opening your seafood restaurant. You are telling us, hello? Yeah, I know you're doing that. You are telling us what time you're going to open the restaurant. You also mentioned where you're opening your restaurant. On the East Coast. You guys don't get there and feed that one thing when I got this. Y'all were more specific than the other group. We know what you're opening, where you're opening, the hours you're opening. So you are being extremely clear with your goal. Now tell us about measurable, how you're going to measure the success of your business. How are you going to know that your business is being successful? Yes, here we go, the budget.
The budget was set aside.
Or 50K. All right, this is to open your business. 50K sounds more realistic than $600.
When I get the loan, part 1, part 10, I got your information here.
What are some things you're going to have to measure, to keep record, to measure your success? Are you going to have ledgers? Are you going to have books that will have your accounts, how much money you spend for the week, how much money you made for the week? Because there must be something in place to be able to measure your success. which means you have to look, okay, between the 1st and the 30th of April, we invested $25,000. By the end of that time, and we check our books, we realize then that we have made $30,000. What did I do there to measure the success of my company? What do I do here to measure the success of my company? I simply subtract my investment from my profit, and it says to me that I've done what? It says to me that I've done what? I profited $5,000 because I invested 25 and I made 30 between April 1 and 30. So it means that I've made a profit of $5,000. So for you to measure your success, there must be what we call a yardstick or something to go back to. So your yardstick there is your ledger. The book that anybody here do accounts? Any of you do accounts? Pardon me? Even POB, you will know about ledgers and so on, where you will put in your investment and you will put in your profit line in phase 1, and then you simply subtract the 2 to make out then if you've made a success or not. That is very measurable. For a football team, we start the tournament winning no games. At the end of the tournament, we played 10 games and we won 10 games. So you can measure your success level based on what happened in between there. Is it attainable? Your plan and the amount of money that you have invested in your plan, is it attainable? Is it something you can achieve? What do you have for attainable for aid?
Have all the equipment, chairs,
Okay, so you put in all of these things in place to make sure that you can achieve your goal. You guys don't know. It's not no universal thing. I have AC. All right, so you guys are being very, very specific. It's good. Now, is it relevant at this time? The business that you want to open, is it relevant? What do you have for R, for relevant? Can't find the R? Yeah. That's all it is, you know? Yeah, that's all it is, confidence, that's all. And we're going to work on that. So we are introducing another seminar. We're building confidence.
Okay, for our time bomb, we wish to achieve this goal within a year of dedication. For our partners, we have May and June to July, setting up ideas, getting a loan, getting a venue. For August and September, October, decoration of venue, design of place. November to December, January 2025, uniforms and equipment for staff. And February, March, or April, setting up the restaurant's opening day.
Thank you guys. What I need you guys to do is We're going to work on your confidence because you had the material there.
Yeah.
You did extremely well. You did extremely, you had a complete breakdown of what you wanted and what you lacked. And this is the only reason why your business will fail. It's because you got a business with 3 managers and not one manager got no confidence.
One has confidence.
Well, one, a lot of confidence.
Need to build their confidence. Phrase things in a positive way.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. My apologies, ma'am. So as we head to, up to the lunch hour, I think that is where we were, trying to find where we were. Yeah, I think it's here now that we have to go. Yeah, right here. So we've looked at goals. And we're going to spend a little time now between now and lunch. That's 11 minutes or so. I think lunch should be ready by then. We're supposed to have lunch at 12. Yeah, it looks so. Goal setting is the process of taking active steps to achieve your desired outcome. So you have these goals. We spoke about all of these goals. Now we have to set this goal. In goal setting, it simply means it's the process of taking active steps to achieve your desired outcome. So, where you want to open a restaurant, what time, the different quarters that I'm going to do certain things in, how much money I'm going to invest in my $600 sweet treats or whatever. You know, what am I going to do? The steps I'm going to put in place. I want to pass all of my exams at the end of June. What do I have to do to achieve this? Study, study, study. And it means then that I will probably have to put in more work into my what? I have to put more work into my what? Weaker subjects to get them up to par. So if I'm accustomed getting 95 in English, A, but I'm accustomed getting 20 in Spanish, am I going to spend all of my time studying English A? Or am I going to work my time out in such a way that I commit more time to Spanish to help bring Spanish up? All right? Because in your goal setting, my goal is not only to pass English A, my goal is to do what? Pass all of my subjects. All right? Maybe your dream is to become a teacher, a musician, a physical therapist. Each of these dreams involves setting and reaching small and big goals. So the small goals that you have to reach first, if you want to become, let's say, a musician, the small goals, let me start learning to play an instrument. That's the small goal. And then you increase your goal. The next goal probably learn to read, to score music, to read music, and so on in terms of getting to obtain your goals. It is very important to have an action plan. But my action plan right now is to break here. It is 8 minutes to lunch. I don't want to start a new topic and then, so we will pick back up after lunch on the importance of action plans. We know what our goal is. We know that we have to set our goals. Now, what action plan are we going to put in place to set our goals, to achieve our goals? What action plan are we going to put in place now to make sure that our business becomes successful? All right?